Mercedes W204 is the third generation of the C-Class. First generation is W202, which was introduced in the mid-90s and followed by the W203, which was introduced in the year 2000. When the W204 was introduced in year 2007, this is the entry-level class for the Mercedes-Benz. However, in recent years, they have introduced the A-Class and the B-Class, which is of a lower class compared to this C-Class. This is the first generation of the W204, which was introduced in 2007 up to 2010. And in 2011 up to 2013, they introduced the facelifted version, which is more modern in design. In 2003, the development of the W204 C-Class used a digital prototype, a 2.1 terabyte digital replica of the car over a virtual distance of 15 million miles. Take note that this is an industry's first. The digital testing allowed for cross-testing before a physical prototype existed. And the design of the W204 was finalized in 2003, and a German design patent application was first filed on 9 of September of 2004, demonstrating a W204 fiberglass design model. As we all know that when the Mercedes-Benz released the W204 in 2007, they have addressed some issues that are known to the W203, such as inferior quality of interior, and of course the rust that was prevalent in this W203. There are various models. We have here the C180, C200, C280, C300, and C350, and of course the famous C63, which is an homage to the original 300 SEL from 1968 up to 1972. And in recent years, there is a cult following as far as the C63 is concerned. And in fact, they call this the European hot rod. So we will be having a different review as far as this C63 is concerned. Now, since this W204 is the model that was introduced by Mercedes, just basically to improve the previous model, the W203, you can see that the interior has better quality compared to W203 with soft touch sidings and of course the dashboard and everything. You can really feel the luxurious ambience of this W204. And take note that Mercedes is well known to its door that closes so firmly. And take a listen. The interior is a bit smaller compared to the E-Class and the S-Class. However, it's very convenient and you have all the room for you to drive this vehicle conveniently. Sitting at the back of this W204, it's really convenient and there is enough room for you to sit comfortably. There's enough headroom and there's enough leg room for you in front, and of course the interior is very convenient, soft touch everywhere. And you have enough compartment that you can store your things, just like here at the back of the seat. And also there's a pocket right here. So although it's very small, and there is a center armrest in the middle, and just simply press, or rather open this one and press this, and you'll have a decent cup holder for you to enjoy a luxurious and convenient journey. And of course, you have enough boot space that you can open using this key fob. And take a look at that. Enough space for you for a weekend travel. Also, you can use the seat for an additional luggage compartment. Just simply pulling this and also this one. And just simply pulling the back seat and the other one. And there you go. You have a decent space of cargo. One of the cool features of this C-Class is that, take a look at this key fob, and there is a unlock icon. So if you press it once, of course the vehicle will be unlocked. However, you press it and hold for a few seconds and point it on the handle, all of the windows will open. If you press the lock icon, of course the vehicle will be locked. And then if you press it and hold for a couple of seconds, all of the windows will close. When they designed this Mercedes, the designer went back to those classic designs of more muscular and angular design compared to the predecessor, the W203, which is more rounded in design. And so the design is a bit timeless and more of a muscular philosophy that they applied to when they designed this W204. Unlike the later version, the W205, it's more of a rounded design, although the design is futuristic, I may say. The C300 has the engine code of M272 with 228 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, 300 Newton meters at 2,500 to 5,000 RPM. From models 2008 up to 2014, Mercedes-Benz introduced the so-called Blue Efficiency variant, achieved better economy and weight reduction by using a newly developed windshield made by laminated glass, shared with the Maybach saloon, optimized noise insulating firewall lining, lightweight forged wheels with low rolling resistance tires from Michelin. It also utilized a lightweight transmission, thus reducing drag coefficient to 0.25 via smooth underbody cladding. It also utilized the seal joint between the hood and the headlamps, as well as between the rear fender and headlamps. One of the cool designs of this Mercedes, particularly this hood, and not only for this model, also with some other models, you can just simply push this a bit further for you to service the engine. And then with that position of the hood upright, you can now have a clear view of the engine and for you to work with this engine conveniently. In 2007, when this was first introduced in the market, the C180 and the C200 were equipped with the compressor, which copied from the original C180 and C280 of the W203. However, in 2010, the C180, they introduced the turbocharger, which is more economical than the compressor. And in fact, the compressor was difficult to diagnose whether it was malfunctioning or not, because of the fact this was only mechanically operated. And of course, it's a bit noisy when you start the car, and then when you operate the same, it is a bit louder and it is not economical. However, the turbocharger that was introduced in 2010 was more economical, and of course, because of the free power that you can derive from turbo, the power band is immediately there as soon as you step on the pedal and you accelerate a bit faster, and then you will feel the turbocharger kicking in. As we all know, Mercedes is well known for its top design and durable parts. However, this W204 is not spared from any possibility of breaking down or some issues in the future. As we all know, this W204 is equipped with this so-called timing chain. Compared to the Japanese counterparts, they are equipped with the timing belt. And we all know that timing chain is more durable compared to a timing belt. However, there are some issues that you can possibly encounter in the future relative to this timing chain. So therefore, when you reach about 100,000 kilometers, you have to check the timing chain and of course the timing chain tensioner, because this may fail because of those astronomical miles that you have already reached, although it depends on how you use the vehicle. The engine of this C-Class that is with the code M272, these are known for its issue on the balance shaft gear, which is up to 2008. The issues as far as this M272 is concerned, because they use an inferior quality of metal when they forge the balance shaft gear. Thus, it will wear out prematurely. Fortunately, in 2009, they already revised the design of this camshaft gear, and they use a more durable metal so that it won't wear out prematurely. The C-Class with this M276 engine code from 2011 had this so-called timing chain tensioner issue. Although this issue was already resolved in 2013 by simply placing there in this check valve so that it will be lubricated properly. Note that this W204 is equipped with this automatic transmission, which is originally 5-speed, then followed by 6-speed, and then the later Tiptronic 7-speed. Although these transmissions are robust and durable, however, you have to change the ATF every 80,000 kilometers, and by simply buying a new gasket and of course a new filter, so that you will be selecting the transmission accordingly. Alright, driving this Mercedes-Benz W204 C300 at this time is a wonderful experience. Well, even if this one was released in 2008, still I don't see any reason why it looks like and drives like an old car. With the 3.0 engine, the power that you can get from this vehicle is more than enough. If you will use this in a long drive, this is very economical. I may say that this will consume around 10 to 12 kilometers per liter on a highway cruise. In city driving, my experience is that this may consume around 7 to 8 kilometers. The steering feels light, although it's not quite engaging because it's too light for me. Whenever you use a BMW X5, the steering is quite heavier than this one, so you feel a bit engaged while driving. Unlike this one, it's too light and as if you're not really in control of this car while you're driving. The cruise control is located on the upper portion of the left side of the steering column, and so you will be confused whenever you use the signal light lever and you will just accidentally tap on the cruise control. However, whenever you use this regularly and you are used to it, it's more of a second nature for you to know that the location of the cruise control and the signal light lever. The C200 with the 2.0 engine is more economical compared to this C300 with the 3.0 engine. Nevertheless, it's more of a trade between power and economy, because in my experience, I prefer a car that has more power compared to a car that's quite economical, but you don't have that enough power whenever you want it. Ergonomic wise, all of the buttons and the switches are positioned properly whenever you're driving this car, with those switches in front of you on the right side and on the left side. On the sidings, you have all the controls, and of course the buttons that are located on the steering wheel, which was really introduced by European cars such as Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Porsche, Volkswagen, and the likes. Is very handy, and it's really convenient for you to control everything. Although the gear shift of this C300 is the typical manually actuated gear shift with some cables underneath for you to shift your gear from drive to manual to reverse and whatnot. For me, it's a bit engaging compared to the modern cars that are the gear shift is electronically actuated. If there are some problems that you may encounter in the future, take note that these are electronically operated, and so therefore you can try to imagine the cost that you will be facing whenever you have some issues relative to those electronically actuated gear shift. One C300 is tuned to a comfort ride E-Class with steeper suspension, which is more sportier. That is, of course, can be compared to the series BMW, which is, for me, it's more agile and more sporty compared to the Mercedes. With the high quality interior found in this C300, I may say that the noise level is very, very low. You won't hear any noise from the outside that much. As we all know, Mercedes is known for its high maintenance vehicle. Well, in my experience, it really depends. If you will take care of this vehicle, particularly that you change the oil regularly, if you are using the fully synthetic oil, and that is for you required to change it for after 10,000 kilometers, in my experience, I would just simply use the vehicle up to 7,000 kilometers, maybe shorter than that, 5,000 kilometers, and that would be the time for me to change the oil. It is recommended by the factory that the ATF of this Mercedes should be replaced maybe around 80 kilometers of use. However, in my case, I would just simply change this if this car reaches 60,000 kilometers. Using this car on a long drive is very comfortable, with the seats that are comfortable, and you won't feel any fatigue using this car. Technically, I can drive this car the whole day, or you won't feel tired driving this car in a long journey. As far as this W204 is concerned, you have lots of options that can be placed in this vehicle. However, you have to pay premium price whenever you choose or options to be installed in the vehicle. Well, in this year of 2025, and considering a W204 of this kind of model which was released from 2007 up to 2014, can you possibly buy one and drive this car conveniently and without ever undergoing a rigorous maintenance procedure? Well, it really depends. If you are into classic and luxury vehicle, well, this W204 is one of the vehicles that you can buy. It's easy to maintain. There are lots of available parts you can buy. You can source online or also locally. For as long as you have maintained this vehicle properly by simply following the PMS procedure and such other maintenance that you have to undergo in the process, well, this car will last technically forever, I may say, because German cars are really durable and dependable. But if you neglect this car and you fail to change the oil regularly, fail to check some of the lights that are illuminated in the instrument cluster, that you are given the warning to simply go to your dealer or to your mechanic for it to be checked, then that's the problem. And of course, don't be afraid for you to own a vehicle like this, because you don't have to go to the Mercedes dealer for you to have this repaired or have this serviced. There are other third-party shops that you can find in Metro Manila, of course, qualified mechanics that are really into this kind of model. And again, if you prefer a more sportier ride, well, I guess BMW is the right vehicle for you. However, if you are more into convenience side and luxurious side, and without, however, thinking of how fast or how agile your vehicle may be, well, I guess this W204 is for you. But of course, you have some other choices. You have the E-Class and you have the S-Class, which all for my review of this Mercedes-Benz W204 C300. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and you can share this video so that we can create more wonderful and better contents in the future. Thank you very much and have a great day. And of course, you have other class such as the even a lower trim or